Hey guys, how's it going? Marko here. 27 months ago, I was in one of the worst spots in my life. I was a 9 to 5 transport consultant and a 5:30 to 9 personal trainer. I was in about a year-long relationship and my life wasn't a good spot. Working week to week, living pay to pay, working 13 hours a day just to make enough to get on with the next week. And you know, it was one of the toughest times of my life because I was 25 years old. And I saw that I was going to be living a life where, like most people do, working every single day, working from 9 to 5, while I was working 9 to 9, every single day to I don't even know when, you know. I've seen my parents live that life, and to be honest, my personal opinion that it's not even living a life. You're slaving away, working for somebody else and making enough just to get by. And I knew I had to do something different. And that's where I was lucky enough when Dave approached me and showed me an opportunity within YOR Health. I knew I had to give it a go because at the end of the day, the life I was living wasn't going to get me to the life I wanted to go. So I had to give this a shot. 27 months later, you know, I cannot even put into words where I'm at right and how I feel. This is the only thing I do. I wake up when I want to wake up. I don't wake up to every single morning. I wake up when I want to wake up. You know, when I wake up and my body's ready to wake up. That's what my life is about right now. Money certainly is an issue. I eat wherever I want to eat. I shop wherever I want to shop. I travel where I want to travel. But not only that, I've got time. I've got freedom to enjoy things in life these days. And to see that I could create this in 27 months, I can tell you right now, I am not the smartest kid around. Probably the opposite from that. But if I could do this, anyone can. All you need is to be hungry and in enough pain to do something about it, because too many of us sit there and sook and bitch about our problems, but we don't want to do anything about it. We just hope to wake up and that problem's going to be fixed. It's not going to be fixed. We can here do something about it, but it's going to have to take hard effort and work on your behalf too.
Marko, look, that all sounds great and absolutely well done. Congratulations on achieving all that. But before, when you were getting started, how did you have the money to get started?
That's the thing, I didn't. I actually did not have the money to get started. But that's what was actually even more of a wake-up call to me. 25 years old and not even have $1,000 in my bank account. That's where I knew I was like, shit, I need this more than anything, because the life I was living, once again, the life I was living did not even allow me to have $1,000 in my bank account. I knew I needed this, so I found the money, and you'd be surprised where when you want something, you will always find a way.
So when you mean, what do you mean you found the money? Where did you get it from?
Talked to a few of my friends, borrowed $300 from each of them, and I got started.
Okay, wow. And then you helped them get started as well?
No, they actually didn't want to get started. It wasn't for them, so...
And you paid them back?
Oh, I paid them back in my second week.
Second week. So there you go. So you found the money. But what about time? You were working 60 hours a week. I mean, I know some people who work, 10 hours, 20 hours a week, and they say they don't have time. How did you, and with a girlfriend as well, and I don't know what other things you had to take care of. How did you find the time to do this?
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't about finding the time. It was about making the time. At the end of the day, every single one of us in this world have the same amount of time in a day. All have the same. From you to Richard Branson, you've all got the same amount of time in the day. The question is, what are you doing with your time? So I had to see what I was doing with my time, and I had to take out some stuff where it wasn't going to get me to where I wanted to go. Sometimes you need to take some sacrifices, small-term sacrifices for long-term gains. So I found some time, I found a few hours a day, and I got stuff going, and it's now created the life I'm living today.
And so with that time, so you found that time and then you were able to quit. When did you quit your jobs?
I quit my first job about 2 months in. That was a personal training job. And then about 12 months later, I quit my transport job. And for about 15 months now, I've been doing this full time.
Wow. So, okay, so you found the time, you found the money, but now we know that, network marketing has that kind of stigma attached, and people are like, oh, that pyramid thing and this scheme stuff. And, people make a lot of assumptions about things they don't know, which I'm sure you're very well aware of. How did that affect you? When you were when you were starting, I'm sure your friends or your family or your girlfriend, whoever, made assumptions about what you're doing. That scares a lot of people.
Yep.
When people are bringing them down. How did you get through that?
Well, that's the thing. That's just something that I've just had to quickly adapt to. Understanding that the only reason people are negative about something, only one reason, because they don't know about it. When Facebook first came out, I said, why do I need Facebook? I got MySpace. Because Facebook was new. I was scared of it. I didn't know what, it was something new. So straight away as humans, something new comes, we put a guard on. Now, I'm using Facebook and so is every Tom, Dick and Harry out there. So that's what I saw with network marketing. The only reason people were skeptical about it was because it was new. But that's where I saw this opportunity. This opportunity was massive because people were still skeptical about it. Because I can guarantee you where this world is going, where this economy is going, in the next 5 to 10 years, everyone will know about network marketing. But we were in first. We were like how we always sit back, and I know everyone's thought about this. Wow, I wish I got involved with the real estate trend. I wish I was born earlier and then I got involved in the real estate trend. This is our real estate trend. But at the end of the day, the one question you need to ask yourself, the people that are telling you it doesn't work, the people that are telling you network marketing is a pyramid scheme, are they living the life you want to be living? If they're not, you're only letting them steal your dreams away from you because they've given up on their own. They gave up on their own dreams because they were too scared to change, because they weren't ready for change. Now, they're sitting there, they're broke, they're living these average lives, and they're then trying to rip dreams away from other people too. So, if someone's not living the life you want to be living, why would you listen to them?
That's amazing advice, man. Well, and that's what I'm curious about. Where do you think how do people form these opinions? Because it usually happens there are these misconceptions that you're going to lose all this money in network marketing, or, their friends tried something and it didn't work out for them. Can you elaborate more on that stuff?
Well, generally, they're making these opinions on they don't know even what they're talking about. I've lost more money on a night out. Okay? So you don't lose money in network marketing because for you getting started, you're purchasing a product. Okay? I've spent more money on a night out, on a holiday, that's made me even more broke. So generally the people that are telling you there's money to be lost and all that kind of stuff, they don't even know what they're talking about. Ask them a few questions. Oh, really? Do you know much about network marketing? Oh, no, not really. So where are they basing this opinion on? Generally they're basing opinions on just what they feel. They don't even know what they're basing opinions on.
Okay. Yep. So really just to be able to listen to themselves and realize that if they have a vision for themselves, to just go for it, because it is something that works. It's incredible, and you've done it, so I'm sure everyone else can. But then the thing is, you're a confident guy, right?
Yep.
So, it doesn't seem like you had too much trouble, overcoming those kind of fears. Now, what about the people who, say things like, oh, I don't have the confidence, or I'm really shy, or I don't like to sell? What's your advice for them?
You got to get out of your comfort zone. You don't like to sell, you're not a confident guy, you're shy. Do you want to be broke for the rest of your life? If you do, stay that way. If you don't, you can change. There's a lot of people in Australia that's changed. There's a lot of people around the world that have personally developed into the people they want to become. But guess when they've done that? When they stopped telling their bullshit excuses of why they can't. If you want something bad enough, you're going to make it happen. If you're not confident, start talking to more people, you'll become confident. Just like when you started driving a car, you never thought you were a good driver. 2 years later, everyone thinks they're the best driver going around. This is exactly the same. It all starts with somewhere, but not taking action just always leaves you at the spot you're in pain and broke.
Okay, awesome. So obviously great business, great opportunity, and once people see all that, what about the final thing I want to ask is, people see the concept is great, they see network marketing, they see that it can provide them this incredible lifestyle, but what if they don't agree with the whole idea of supplementing, that people don't, how some people have this belief that supplements aren't needed, no one needs supplements, you can get everything from your food. What about when people have those kind of objections?
Well, once again, how much education are you giving them? Are you giving them, sorry, we got a dog here. Are you giving them the right education of understanding why we need a supplement? If we had no problems in our food today, would we be living, would we have the health epidemic issues that we have today? No. Our food is our fuel. If you're giving your car shit fuel for a very long time, that car will be living in the mechanics. And that's what's happening with us. We've been giving our bodies shit food, which means that's why our bodies are so overdrawn, so tired, so overweight, health epidemics everywhere, because of that reason. At the end of the day, people need these supplements because this is where the world's going. We don't get it in our food anymore, and these supplements are going to help that. At the end of the day, we need to keep one thing in mind. We have grown over 3,000% in Australia in the last 27 months. If the products didn't work, if people didn't need them, we wouldn't be here today.
Awesome, Marko. Well, that it sounds like an incredible opportunity, an incredible product, something that everyone could look at as a huge change to their career, to their lifestyle. Tell us one final thing. If someone was to join you today,
yeah,
where can they take their life? Like, where are you going? What's the vision?
It's scary to think where we could be going. 27 months ago, I was lost. I was confused. I was just happy to have an extra, enough money to go out and have a dinner. To now think that I'm planning on retiring myself by the age of 30. To retire my parents by the end of this year. It's crazy, crazy, crazy to know where you can take your life once you find something that's for you, once you're actually passionate about what you're doing. But guys, I can tell you right now, we have one life. We have one chance to create a life that you've never thought was possible. Remember this, an opportunity is never missed, it's only passed on. A lot of people got started when I got started, and a lot of people said no when I got started. A lot of people got started, and the ones that got started, they dropped off. They're all living that life of waking up every morning to an alarm clock, living week to week, just getting paid. One of my friends on Facebook this morning is asking people for a job because he hasn't got money. 10 months ago, things got a little bit hard for him and he stopped. My life today is not like that anymore because I didn't quit. I found something for me. I saw where this was going to take me, and I put my head down and I didn't stop. This is what life's about. Too many of us, like I said earlier, we're in enough pain to complain, but we don't want to do anything about it. If you're sick of complaining, if you want to do something about it, there has never been a better vehicle to get this done right now. Where we're about to go, this is just the beginning. You can create whatever you want to create if you're willing to put the work in to create it. That's the difference in this business. But that's really any business. No business was ever started without hard work. If you're willing to put in the hard work, you today could be starting to create the life that you never thought was possible. The proof is here. We've done it. The only difference is we've already made the track. 27 months ago, you could say there was a few people that were all heading to Adelaide. We had no map, we had no way of getting to Adelaide, we just started walking to Adelaide. 27 months later, we've got to Adelaide. But the difference is, we're giving you the map to Adelaide. So you can get to where we've come a lot quicker. All you need to do is get going. Start driving, follow that map, and you could get there in half the time we have and live that life you never thought was possible.
Marko, that's absolutely awesome. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. Thanks for sharing your story, and just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thanks, guys. Well, good luck.